So what you have before you is what we're calling the benchmark comparisons. It really shows the city of Toledo as compared to a similar sized Great Lakes Midwest city. And to me, the conclusion is undeniable, that there is a great need for an infusion of resources into Toledo's parks and recreation programming. For example, how many acres of parks do we have per 1,000 population? The answer to that question in Toledo is 5 acres per 1,000 residents. But in communities that are doing it the right way, they have something like 15 acres per 1,000. Our capital budget overall indicates an investment of something like $200,000 a year. Similar sized cities with strong rec and park programming use 3% of the total fixed asset value. That is much larger than $200,000. The budget per capita speaks plenty. It says basically that communities are spending nearly $75 per person on recreation programming. In Toledo, we're spending $40. We want to know the question of how much are we spending per capita on just recreation programming, and not our parks, just recreation programming itself. Those communities are spending $21 per person, man, woman, and child. Here in the city of Toledo, we're spending $2.70. Our research indicates that we have a very serious problem as it relates to trails. Using 270,000 of the Toledo population, which is low, we would have to have something like 108 miles of trails available for city residents. And for per population, per 1,000 population, a city doing it the right way has more than a quarter mile for each 1,000 residents. So we do not have the miles of trails that other communities have, where you can just go out and walk with your family, take a walk, get a mile in, take in the fresh air, see the fall leaves. That's not happening. I mentioned earlier about the East Toledo Family Center. They're an example of what to do the right way. They have over $1 million budget, $1.2 million budget. The city of Toledo's recreation programming, our entire budget is less than the East Toledo Family Center's budget. And they're doing it the right way. They're fundraising, they're going about all those resources, but not every community and every neighborhood has those opportunities. The best practice is to have one recreation center for every 23,500 in the population. So for every 25,000 people you have in the population, you should have a recreation center. We don't have that in the city of Toledo at this point. The other thing is we're woefully understaffed. We should have maybe for every 2,200 residents, we should have a full-time employee. We have one full-time employee for every 3,100 residents. And so what you see is not enough acres, not enough people, not enough spaces, and not the right kind of spaces for people to be able to engage in recreation. And this isn't Lindsay Webb talking, this is a consultant who has expertise.